We lie. What's good, everybody? It's Game Talk. I'm Gangster. I'm here with Brimstone
What's going on, guys?
and my boy Blue.
Mm-hmm.
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 Really, bro? Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you the treatment.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing all right, bro. So, went out, got some food today for tonight's barbecue, and that's what I'll be doing tonight after the show, probably.
Nice. How you doing today, Blue?
Amazing. I had an amazing week in general, but like I ate some pretty dope Easter dinner. So right now I'm all filled up, and I have donuts later, so I'm ready for that as well.
Nice. Donuts are always good, yeah.
And I mean, overall, I've had a great week. So how's everyone else's week then? Since we're in.
The week
been
as far
chilling.
as like as far as gaming goes has been really fucking good. Like, I mean, I've been getting into Conan Exiles a lot lately.
Oh yeah, Cam was
With
literally
Cam
telling
and
me.
Bart. It's a lot
Cam
of
kept
fun,
telling me to
dude.
buy it.
It's a good game. It's fun. They fixed a lot of the issues with that game.
Fuck.
Before when I tried playing it, you couldn't even like when you logged into play, it was unplayable. It was so laggy, and it didn't matter what server you were on. That was the shitty part.
That's a yikes, man. But I heard it's good now because everyone's playing it.
Yeah, it's good now.
So you gangster.
It's smooth as hell.
So you gangster, anything happened this week or no?
No, just been chilling.
I've had an emotional. Sorry, I go first.
Just ordered the part I needed to mess with my GPU fan, so I should be able to get that shit going tomorrow or something. That'll be cool. Finally up my overclock again. But yeah, other than that, nothing. Oh, god damn this Ash.
I've had quite the week with I've had it's been an emotional roller coaster. And the reason why is because I finally watched have you guys heard of Your Lie in April or no?
Yes. That's the one
Dude,
about the two
don't spoil it. It's so fucking good. That show literally put me to fucking tears by the end of it. And by the way, I don't watch music any show, but by the end of that fucking show, dude, I was in tears. I'm like, no, this is no fucking way. There was that, and then, well, yeah, actually, it was just Your Lie in April I watched, and I just been kind of scarred because that opening is so fucking bomb, like in a good way. And anytime I really like listening to it, but anytime I listen to it, I get a bit sad because I'm like, oh no, the ending, no. Basically, my week in a nutshell. Watched a couple other anime. Have you heard of War is Love or no, or Love is War or no?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
Oh, dude, that's another. Here's the thing. I watched that first, and it was a really happy show. It's season 2 finally started, but it's a really happy show, and I swear, like I was watching it, all 12 episodes, I couldn't stop dying. It's a really like funny ass show. Fucking love it, dude.
Still haven't even watched Violet Evergarden, man.
One day.
On Netflix.
I mean, alright. No, but it's a really good show. It's like it takes a romance genre, but like kind of makes it really funny and absurd, and I actually really love it. It makes it into one little joke for a little bit with some really touching, serious moments. So, I mean, yeah, and I've just been playing Borderlands all week. Borderlands and Call of Duty.
Yeah, some Warzone. Played Warzone the other night, man. We were so fucking pissed. Fucking Call of Duty servers, man. They have to start doing, what is it? Server maintenance. We're fucking down to like the last 4 teams. There's only 8 people left. We have all 3 of us. We had good gear. We were set up. We were in the last bubble. And fucking all 3 of us crashed because of server disconnect. It's like, man, we were this close to a fucking chicken dinner. Fuck you, Activision.
Can't win them all, I guess.
That was some bullshit, though.
Yeah, but that's everyone's homework. Go go watch Your Lie in April and Love is War. 2 really good shows.
What was it? The other beginning of the week, dude. We all cracked out on Warzone. We were on it all day and all night. Pete actually stayed up with us till like fucking 4 or 5 in the morning.
That shit killed me too, bro.
Like we were up, dude. Like I was up at 5 a.m. that day, and I didn't go to bed until 8 a.m. the next day. Like, we were just fucking crunk, dude. Like, we could not get off that fucking game, dude.
One after another, man. It was awesome. That was right after they did 4s, right?
Yeah, it was right after the 4 patch.
Yeah, which I like. And now they've got, I guess some people were complaining, which fair enough. Like, some people prefer 3s, but now they've got 3s and 4s along with solos. So it doesn't matter what you want, you can do any of the 3.
So I guess like fucking Sony tried to capitalize on the situation, and they tried to make the Force Stack exclusive only to fucking
PlayStation, like
PlayStation?
those cocksuckers they are.
I was like, really, dude?
Yeah.
Like, but evidently it didn't work out. I mean, I saw the Force Stack still on PC, so I don't think it worked.
Well, yeah, because they could fuck right off Sony.
Yeah, that is some bullshit. Like, Sony needs to knock that shit off, man.
They're high after victory because they basically beat Xbox this generation. So,
I mean, kinda.
no, it's not kinda. Like, I'm not dissing Xbox, but by sales numbers and like most metrics, Sony dominated this generation. It wasn't like the PS3 where they made their money back by the end. Like, it was a straight domination. I think that the sales for the PS4 are like probably like maybe 80% higher than the Xbox sales wise.
I'd be interested in the numbers for games though, because they're also selling their games on PC with the Xbox or the Xbox store or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that's all recently. I'm talking about like the beginning of the generation, like the beginning, like 2013 was or 2010, whenever it came out, the PS4.
Dude, are we going against an E-League right now, dude?
Right?
Going against Elite Watch.
There's a reason why, dude. Because like it's been like this entire week. Like I feel like I've gone against nothing but Plat Smurfs, dude.
Shit. It's quick play, man.
That's some crazy shit. Well, at least everyone's having a good week, or marginally good week.
Might be doing better if Blue joined us.
I don't want to play Overwatch.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. And have you guys heard about like all the shit's going on with Final Fantasy VII now?
Yes,
The
I
remake that came out?
have. So, oh man.
Boobs are too small, guys. Or too
Well,
big, depending who you talk to.
Ah, damn. There's the changes that have been made to the story, and I guess a lot of people are pissed off about that, which I could understand, especially because Square didn't say that they were going to be changing anything about the story. They said it was going to be a straight up remaster.
I thought they said remake.
Well, remake, remaster, whatever. I mean, they did not say anything about changing the story or the characters or anything like that.
I mean, how big are the changes? Like, how big are we talking to changes?
As far as I know, that's the thing. I haven't actually checked up on it because I haven't watched any of the streams or anything like that. But apparently, pretty substantial changes so far. You know, like characters that didn't exist being introduced and shit like that.
Yeah,
So,
new story arcs.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna be filler, to be honest with you, though.
Maybe. Yeah. You know. It is what it is. Like, I can understand why people are pissed, but then I could also understand why Square wanted to do it. You know, like maybe do some alternate timeline type stuff or some alternate, like, you know, what would have happened if type of thing. You know, it is what it is. And then there are, what was the other? There was another.
Are we gonna talk about the boob controversy?
Well,
or no?
yeah, that's. I think there was something else. That
Are we talking about the Tifa situation?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently people complaining that Tifa is... Some people are complaining that the Tifa's boobs, are smaller than they were in the... What's up, Daniela? Are smaller than they were in the original game. Which, alright, I can understand. And then there are some people complaining that she's too sexualized, which... I mean, I get why they're complaining, but the problem is she was always sexualized. You know,
Dude, Tifa was like that was like all of our generation's like Pamela Anderson equivalent to a video game, like
her and
Ares.
No. Oh, Ares was kind of like the girl
Ares-
next door,
Yeah, but she
innocent
was still
type.
sexualized though.
Sure.
People were still like, "Oh
But
yeah,
no,
I
what
did
was
that."
it was a different game. The big tits, Laura Croft.
Lara Croft,
Tomb
yeah.
Raider.
Right? Yeah. I mean, those were the characters, man. The triangular boobs and everything.
Yeah, boys.
So I mean, like I said, it is what it is. But I heard there was something else people were bitching about besides all that, and I cannot remember for the life of me what. Oh, you motherfucker! But I can't remember. But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't like about this Final Fantasy VII remake, especially them doing it in 3 parts. That's quite annoying. I really wish they would have just done it in one big drop.
Yeah.
Another thing too is Sony only or PlayStation only exclusive for the first year. That's a big pain in the ass.
That's because Sony has the gay. Also,
I mean,
they
that's
just
the thing.
don't.
I'm not in any hurry to play it. One, because I've already played through the original Final Fantasy VII.
I want to play that shit.
And 2, I mean, if I want to play the game, quote unquote, I can just play Final Fantasy 15, which I mean, the battle system and all that is directly analogous to Final Fantasy
Apparently,
15.
if you play classic, it makes the game easier if you play classic.
Sure, because it's turn-based. Yeah, there's no combat skill needed. It's all tactics and all that. But I mean, they give you the option, which hey, I'm all for that. That's cool in my opinion. Come up with a new battle system. You can play that way if you want, or if you just want the original FF7 OG experience, you can just play that with the new graphics and all that, and that's perfectly okay with me. So,
I mean, I don't know. I just really want to play that shit.
I do too, but such is life.
It's the great tragedy of life. The great tragedy. Also, Stadia is going free for 2 months now. So
Yeah, Pro
Your
Stadia,
month's free on a free.
Stadia Pro is free for 2 months, which nobody cares about because nobody plays Stadia.
Wait, you tell me you do want to play the future, Pete? You weren't that ready for the future?
Yeah, I'm not down with the future. Yeah, it's.
That's absurd.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, nobody cares about Stadia. It's not a good. It's not a good
But come on,
system.
Pete, don't you know you can run 4K gaming on any device in your house and it won't
Yeah,
overheat?
if you got the
or
bandwidth,
destroy?
which you won't because nobody's got the bandwidth because of COVID.
Also, no one's got the bandwidth in general. Like, how many people had the bandwidth for that
Oh
shit?
no, yeah, it's it's
So
just not a,
So what you guys are telling me though is that gaming streaming is not the future? How dare you? It is the future, guys.
I mean,
Game
I said it
streaming.
wasn't the future a long ass time ago. I knew this shit wasn't gonna work
No,
out.
but Google said it was the future.
I know Google said it, but Google's tripping.
But it's the future. You can't deny the future, even though the future's not happened yet.
Well, they also said the future is female, and that's not working out for them.
Jesus, that's a dark plot twist.
It's the patriarchy, man. They're holding the girls back. Oh wait, no, that's what is that? Matriarchy? I don't know.
Same
Patriarchy,
shit.
right? Yeah,
Different
same shit,
name.
different name. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
you guys
it's-
want to talk about Valorant? Your thoughts on it since that happened this entire week?
Well, actually, there's something. I mean, we could get into Valorant. I think it looks janky.
All right, you're
I mean-
wrong, and that's fine.
But yeah, hey, say what you want. I mean,
But you know what? I will give you this, Pete. You say that shit, but you'll try it anyways.
oh, I'll try it. No, yeah, I will definitely try it. I don't wanna be unfair to it. But from what I've seen, it looks like a real janky version of Counter-Strike mixed with Overwatch. I don't like the way it looks to be running. I think they could have really smoothed everything out. But, that's neither here nor there. There was another interesting
The anti-cheat software.
The anti-cheat
starts
software, yes. It starts when you start the computer. It's got... Ooh, I made it! Yes! Ah!
It's got. Ooh, I made it. Yes.
Oh, wow. And
It's really suspect, isn't it, though? Like, it's really sus
yeah,
when it's
so
in your
it starts when Windows starts. It has kernel access, or not access, kernel, what the fuck is the word for it? I can't. Which
access?
basically, no. Well, that's the. It runs as a kernel app, so it has administrative access. And it runs 24/7 even if you're not running the game. Now, the reason they do that is so that you can't start a cheat program before you start the game. Which, okay, fair enough, except I don't see that as having any higher likelihood of stopping cheaters than anybody else, because anti-cheat programs all suck.
Well, especially like if you think about it when it's on the kernel like that, right? A lot of those hacks are really like based on two different things. It's API based and it's algorithm based on which the kernels are usually coded in, right? There's like an algorithm that which these kind of things like easy cheat run off of, fucking Battle Eye runs off of it.
Right.
Imagine somebody finding out a way to run an algorithm that passively surpasses that cheat kernel that's attached to your CPU. That would expose you as a player dramatically. Like that would actually hinder you. Like it'd give access to everybody.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
They say that the anti-cheat only searches for stuff when the game is running, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I exactly. I mean, these guys are owned by Tencent, so I don't know if I exactly trust them with that. And not only that, one of the big risks at having this stuff run at kernel level is that you now basically have a backdoor running on your PC 24/7 with administrative access. So if anybody finds out how to backdoor that anti-cheat program, you've now given a backdoor to anybody who wants it. Like, that's a big risk to assume for an anti-cheat software.
My whole thing with that is like, why the fuck does that thing get to run even when the game's not even running? Like, are you fucking kidding me?
There's a whole lot
Just
I
because
don't like about it.
Like, doesn't that break some form of privacy?
Of course it does, but you assume that when you install the game. I mean, you know.
I understand games will have a certain software running, like anti-cheat or whatever, when you're playing the game, but off the game,
Yeah.
that's sus as fuck. But at least to me, that's sus as fuck. Because it was
It
like
is,
if it was
it is.
running while you're playing, that's a like that's.
And to be
fine.
honest with you, Blue, it's actually making me question if. And it's making me question if I'm gonna even try this because of that. You know what I mean?
I mean, I
like,
want to
once-
try Valorant, but
Once things are
Especially-
connected to your kernel, it's hard as fuck to get rid of it, dude. Like it is such a pain in the dick.
And especially for Riot Games. I mean, this is the thing. It's not like they have the best. Anybody attached to Tencent, it's not like they have the best. What's the word? Track record when it comes to privacy and, you know,
data mining.
only doing what they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a whole, but I mean, like I said, I'll still try it just because I want to make sure I actually try it before I really rip into it. But there's a
I don't know
lot
if I
of
wanna
things
try it, though.
I'm not liking about this game.
I don't know if I want to try it because I really want to like play Valorant and try it, but it's like, but this whole thing is making it really hard for me to consider it.
Same.
It's like
same.
you're saying, like it's once it's on your computer, even if you uninstall the shit, you can't get
No,
rid
no.
of it.
If you uninstall it, it does get rid of it.
Oh, it does get rid of it. I wasn't
Yes.
sure if that was the case or not.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to have it stay if you uninstall it, but so far everybody's saying that one of the ways you can stop it from running 24/7, and it's ludicrous that you have to do this, but is you uninstall the game when you don't want to play it, and then when you want to play it, install the game and then restart. So that you install it, you restart so that the anti-cheat program fires up, and then you play the game, and then when you want to stop playing it, you uninstall it again. Now it's.
I mean, to be fair, the game's like only like 2 point something gigs, so.
Doesn't matter. I mean, that's a huge pain in the ass to have to do just to stop this fucking. Oh, fuck you, Widow.
Just nonsense.
Yeah, basically. And like I said, it's not like anti-cheat programs work. Like, they really don't. They're not the. None of them work all that great.
I mean, it depends, because apparently, like, I was watching a Jack Frags video on Valorant. They said, like, how the engine is structured, wall hacks would actually be very difficult to do.
That's actually not even implemented yet, though.
No, like, how he mentioned how the engine is structured.
No,
and make
I
wall
know.
hacks are difficult.
It's called war fog. It's basically a fog of war that obscures from your computer any enemy that's not close enough to you for you to be able to see them and or damage them, but it's not even implemented yet. Because it's still in beta, because they haven't been able to figure out, like, and I don't think they're going to be able to. There's some intractable problems with that, but maybe they will. I don't want to say it's impossible. But as of right now, that system is not implemented yet.
I mean, it just seems very sus. Like, I know I said sus like 4 times now, but it's like, that just bothers me that it's running in the background even if you're not playing the game.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Denuvo DRM and how it scans a shitload of stuff on your computer and how it drops your performance in game and, you know, stuff like that, all for a system that doesn't work, that gets cracked within usually a day, but at the very least within a week. You know, I don't like systems like that being implemented, especially when they don't work.
I mean, that's the main thing that bothers me, because that actually took down my excitement for Valorant, because I was like, man, as soon as it's open beta or any form of beta, I want to try to get into it. And I was like, yo.
But if it does get rid of it when you uninstall it, I'm willing to try it then.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I was worried about, because if it connects to your kernel like that,
it's
dangerous.
Kind of scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Yeah.
It's a risk, and being a risk for an anti-cheat program on some stupid little game. I mean, that's just, to me, that's not worth it. I know a whole bunch of people on Reddit were saying, "Oh, you know, what's the big deal?" And it's like, okay, if you don't care about your privacy like that, you know, and other things that have to do with your computer, like, you know, having third-party access to your shit and stuff. Ah, damn it. That's on you, but man, I care about my privacy, and I really care about people getting access to my computer, because that shit's no bueno. You know, that's
this is your private thing, and you're having all these people get access to it.
You know, well, not just, I mean, you know, just look at what was it, I can't remember the game where it happened, but there was a game that had an anti-cheat that was running in the background, and that anti-cheat was running Bitcoin mining software, you know, on everybody's PC. And it's like, that's not good.
And that can happen to anyone's PC, by the way.
Yeah. You know, and it doesn't even have to be Riot Games. That's the worst part, is, like I said, any hacker that figures out how to backdoor it, any of them could make use of that app, you know, whatever you want to call it, and
application.
Well, sure. Like, how many hackers go into these programs just to do that? Like, that's the scary part, right?
I mean, that's the sus part for me, at least. It's like, yo.
Yeah, that's
like, what are we allowed?
It's a whole bunch of bad for an unnecessary thing that's not going to work very well anyway, and to me that just makes it unnecessary. I mean, I really wish we could come up with anti-cheat methods, softwares, whatever you want to call it, that actually worked, but so far we really don't have any.
I would say like anti-cheat doesn't work, but
it doesn't work very well. None of them work very well. VAC doesn't work very well. BattleEye doesn't work very well. You know, none of them are even close. Yeah, easy cheat. You know,
he does fucks up a lot. Xcode, when it was the thing, MapleStory was running off of it. I think they still do. There's still hackers that get in that game's fucking code, and Unicode itself doesn't work. I don't know. It's all kind of shit.
Yeah, I guess like, it's not gonna work perfectly, but it's like it should still be there. But it's like, but I don't want it to go like to this where it's on your PC 24/7. And like right now, you say you uninstall it, it goes away. But what if when the game comes out, that doesn't happen? Because all
Or what if?
this is all just this is the pre-beta, right? The game's not even out yet.
Well, it's beta, yeah.
Or is this even out? Like the beta? Because
No,
it was
this
a
is beta. Yeah, it's closed beta.
Like this is beta. Imagine like when the game comes out and it does this. Like
Well, that's
it does
and it doesn't even like an employee could secretly do some shit with that. You know, it doesn't even have to be at the behest of Riot Games. Like, you know, they could have a disgruntled employee that decides he wants to
fuck people's shit, or maybe
Exactly.
someone who's really good at doing their thing gets into it. Because if it's like while you're playing it or while it's on your hard, because here's the thing, like even if they did try it, we'd probably uninstall it like when we're done with the game. But most people won't do that. A lot of people are just too lazy to do that, even though the game's like 2 gigs.
but
Like maybe like I know like I'm maybe assuming that all people are lazy, but a lot of people are lazy. So that's why I said disgruntled employee can go in and just fuck people's shit.
Yep.
Or maybe someone who's really good at hacking gets in there and while it's installed is busy in having some pretty good access.
any of
While
that
it's
is
on your
possible.
game. Even while you're playing, like this happen while you're playing too. So that's why this whole thing just bothers me. And it sucks too because the game actually looks really fun. Like I really want to play it.
Like I said, I think it looks a little janky, but that's my opinion.
Like it's not gonna be the next Counter-Strike, but it's like I really want to play it. I want it, and I want Valorant to like give Overwatch a run for its money, because Overwatch right now sucks with that shit.
I mean, there's definitely problems with Overwatch. I do wish there were other hero shooters that could compete with Overwatch.
Valorant could do that, and the problem is
no,
I
I don't see it because Overwatch is so much smoother and more polished than
haven't even
Valorant.
played the game yet.
It doesn't matter. I can see it just looking at it.
See what?
Like it's hard to explain. The best way I can describe it is the difference between Battlefield 1942 through 2142 and Battlefield like 3 and 4. Like the 1942 to 2142 had a whole lot of jank to them. You know, movement was choppy, actions were choppy. There was just a lot of stuff about it that just didn't look or feel right while you were playing it. And Valorant is the same exact way. You look at a game like Overwatch and it's buttery smooth and all the actions, flow together and the movement is really good and all that kind of stuff. Valorant just looks choppy and yeah, I don't like it. And I don't think a whole lot of, especially like the hardcore guys, they probably won't care. Because for hardcore guys, like the gameplay is the most important. And if there's a game,
but Overwatch during its beta didn't look good. I played alpha. It was terrible.
Looked way better than Valorant though.
I disagree. I strongly disagree.
And
I watched.
Polished. Like if nothing else, way more polished. Like the graphics, especially. Like the Valorant looks like a bad Counter-Strike port, or not port, but like skin. But I don't know.
I don't know, I don't want to play it, and now it's gonna be very difficult. Not even sure if I am gonna play it. So,
like I said, I'll definitely try it. But I don't have the highest hopes for it.
I do. I mean, like I said, like I'm not even. See, to me, it's not so much about it being a hero shooter. I just want something different from CS:GO. Like CS:GO, like a lot of these guys, like I got a lot of friends in this Discord that just absolutely adore that game, and I'm just like, why? I mean, it's still being plagued with the same issues. People are still complaining about low percentage rate headshots when they should be connecting at all times and the bullet hits the head. Like, it's fucking stupid, dude. Like, that's one of the reasons why I got out of fucking Counter-Strike, was like, I hate the fact that my guns only had a certain percentage rate to actually hit the fucking characters, dude. And I'm like, what? Like, if a bullet hits something, it should fucking hit it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I prefer Source over Go. I still think Source is way better of a game than CS:GO. But, and jankiness is part of it. Like, I think a lot of
Shit.
I think a lot of things do in regards to gameplay play took a step down when it went from Source to Go. I think Source played a lot smoother. It was a lot more accurate when it came to
I think my
shots
hit
going
reg,
where you wanted.
yeah, my hit reg was way better in Source.
Yeah,
Even
way
1.6,
better.
1.6 even has better hit reg at some points.
Yeah.
That's an old man 1.6.
There's a lot of stuff like that that it just did not seem as well done in Go, and which is why when Go came out, I said I really wish that Go was literally just a skinned version of Source, because Source played better in a lot of ways. But
I mean, I like the engine update that they did for Half-Life. It looks better. Like, I like that when they released the gold update, like, I thought that was pretty awesome, but it fucked my hit reg up so badly.
yeah, and I
Like,
especially noticed that with sniping, like using the scout in Go was
I'm
no
an
fun.
opper, dude. I'm an opper in Counter-Strike, dude, and I noticed that right off the fucking bat. When I get a
Yep.
headshot, it should fucking kill somebody right off the bat. And more often than not, you would see blood splatter from their head, and they'd still shoot me with an AK. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a fucking headshot. You should be dead, bitch.
And that's kind of the stuff I'm talking about, because that kind of stuff it's hard to describe, because there's a lot of things like hit reg is one thing, but there's a lot of things like that there's just really no way to put it into words. You just feel it while you're playing it. And that's the kind of things I see when I watch streams of Valorant being played, is I see a lot of that kind of stuff that I know will irritate the ever-loving shit out of me. But we'll see.
I saw hit reg issues with the fucking assault weapons so far. I've seen that.
Although some of that I think is due because a lot of people are saying that they're having trouble adjusting because crouching does not do what it does in Valorant as it does in like CS:GO or Source. Because in Source or Go,
your shot?
exactly. When Source or Go, you can crouch while shooting and then just keep pulling down the crosshairs, and the bullets will keep jumping up. But if you do it right, your shots will go where you want them to. Whereas in Valorant, it doesn't do that. So some of that might be due to the fact that people just haven't figured out how to deal with the bullet spread in Valorant versus like Go or Source.
I'm pretty sure it's like Counter-Strike though, where if you stand still, your accuracy is better and you can shoot, and if you hold shift,
but
you
it's
move.
not exactly the same.
It is. It's, I mean, as long as it still stabilizes your shot, that's good. But if the crouching doesn't make it better, then what's the point of crouching? To head glitch, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only time
or just
anybody
make
uses
yourself a
crouching
smaller
is to head glitch.
target.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I don't want to, as I don't think they've said why they did it that way, because there could be a gameplay reason, kind of like how slowing you down after you land from a jump is intended to stop bunny hopping. So there might be a gameplay reason why they did that, and so I don't want to say that it's stupid because I don't know what the reason is, so I don't know, what they're trying to stop might be, an important thing. So, a lot of this stuff is we kind of got to wait for, more people to get their hands on it, more experts to start, doing their analysis of it and stuff like that.
The claims that Riot has right now is something that's always been somewhat interesting to me. Okay, so I'm not sure if you've kept up with it as much as I have, Pete, but they've been working on a lot of back-end stuff for their first-person shooter. Like, sure, it doesn't look good or whatever. That's not nearly as important about what I'm about to say. And that is their latency. They're talking about possibly, like, giving you a one-to-one experience.
Well, they were saying they wanted at least, like, 60-tick servers at the minimum.
And that's the thing. So, like, in Counter-Strike, your hitbox doesn't always stick with you.
Right.
There are times, like any FPS really, like Call of Duty and online in general, it's been suffering that issue where you go around the corner and you're dead. and you heard the shot and it shouldn't have hit you, but it did.
Right.
They're trying to do away with that. That's been like the biggest
Right.
concern with what they're trying to complete is doing away with floating hitboxes. And I hope they do it, man. I hope they can nail it. I mean, if anybody has the money for it, they do. So I'm really relying on that. And if I do play Valorant, it would probably be because of that fact alone. Because I'm tired of my headshots just not registering, dude. It's so annoying.
Right. I mean, it's difficult because it's an intractable problem when it comes to online shooters because nothing is ever perfectly in sync, right? Everybody's got a ping. You know, the servers have a time delay to when they process the information they're getting from all the different players and all that kind of stuff. And there are things you can do to alleviate that, like having an interp delay and shit like that. But none of it's perfect. So obviously, upping the tick rate of the servers helps a lot because the faster a server refreshes, the more in sync the hitbox will be with the player and shit like that. So we'll have, like you said, we'll have to see once the game comes out how much better their system is at dealing with interpolation delay and shit like that, and compensating for other players paying and shit. Oh damn, that didn't work out too well. So yeah, we'll see. It's good that they are fuck's the word I'm thinking of. Concentrating on that, because that is I mean, I don't want to say it's a major problem with a lot of games, because a lot of games, Call of Duty actually works pretty well when it comes to stuff like that. Source certainly worked really well when it came to shit like that. But that is a problem with all multiplayer shooters. And a lot of multiplayer shooters just don't give a shit, it seems. They just let there be input lag and shit like that. So, I mean, for what they are attempting to do, which is make the next, hardcore first-person shooter competitive game, that is definitely one of the things they're going to want to concentrate on, is hitbox, hit reg, and all that be spot on. So, yeah.
I mean, it'll definitely be a wait and see, but
Obviously.
also people were selling beta codes for $200.
Well, no, not even codes, man. That's the thing. It's not even a code. They just activate certain
Accounts and stuff.
They activate your accounts so that people are selling their accounts, and it will get you banned if they find out.
So that's another thing that's been happening is the botnets. The botnets have been coming out of the woodwork, and they've been hijacking the Twitch API. So anybody who runs a botnet of about 200 to 300, they were getting like anywhere from 10 to 15 accounts.
Yeah,
So,
because they're
kind of shitty.
They did this all because they know if you have people sit there watch a stream,
Oh, that's not where I
you'll be
wanna
able
go.
to,
Fuck.
like they want to get more attention, so that's why they basically made it so, we watch the stream
Watch
and
the
you get a
stream
free
and get-
beta code for it.
Right.
But in reality, it just made it so that bot accounts would just be able to farm codes.
That's true.
And
But-
also, what were they thinking? Were they thinking no one was gonna watch Valorant on Twitch? Because that was stupid. Like everyone would have watched it regardless. I think it was like 1 million people were watching Valorant on Twitch.
Yeah, so about that, so they're finding out that because of these botnets and shit, it inflated the viewerships by like 110%. So there were
Jesus,
people
so-
there's people that I was watching, bro, that normally don't only get more than 1,000 people in their streams. This particular week, they had over 500,000.
Aw.
So
I'm dead serious. Like that was that big of an inflation. And I even asked the guy, I'm like, dude, like I've been watching you forever. You never get this high of views. He's like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, as soon as I started doing the drops for Valorant, his stream went fucking viral.
I mean, it makes sense. I would definitely have bet that if you tied getting a beta key with watching a Twitch stream of it, that the views for Twitch streams would go up because people want to play the beta.
Yeah, but dude, like, come on. having what 500 active chatters and a 300,000 viewership. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because like people would have watched it, but the numbers were inflated. Like, see, they caused a bunch of problems that they could have easily avoided. Like, my God, fucking Riot. Like, what were you thinking with this whole shit? Like, oh, we're gonna make people watch Twitch codes. I say people won't make people watch. People watch it to get codes, even though bots will play farm it and it'll inflate the numbers. It'll make our game look bad if we were just using bots for marketing purposes. Like, Jesus, fuck. I wonder if these companies have like smart people running them sometimes, because that was stupid. Because this sounds like a good idea on paper, but bots exist, so yeah.
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
I
but
just-
that still inflates their numbers, though. That's the thing. Even if it is bots, they still get the numbers from the views. So, I mean,
And that's another thing. So if you were running, say let's say Pete, let's say you had a website and you were streaming somebody's stream, and they found out that you were streaming Valorant, and all of a sudden you get this massive influx of people on your website. Those
They get
numbers
banned your
would
account.
transfer. No, those numbers would transfer over to Twitch. That's another thing that they discovered is like other people's sites, even if it's not Twitch themselves. As soon as one of their streamers get featured on a big site, like those numbers transfer over as well. So you could literally have 30,000 people in your stream and only have 5 talkers. That's crazy shit. Like, yeah, there's a lot of inflation going on over Valorant, dude. Twitch, like, has never been that big as far as, like, mainstream media, I guess. But, like, now they've even surpassed it because of the inflation. So it's sus. It really is. It's very sus.
yeah, unfortunately. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, you know, people bot views, people buying views, shit like that. I mean, it's a hard problem to get rid of.
Yeah, it all played into this thing, yeah. And when Tencent was questioned about it, they fucking ignored it. Didn't even bother replying because they knew they were in the wrong when it came to running the Twitch streams on their sites and shit in China.
Oh yeah, because Tencent is a fucking shady ass company.
That they are.
I mean, that's another thing. Like Riot and Tencent are pretty close as well. So yeah, I don't know, this whole situation is one big can of worms.
Yep.
Also, I know like it's probably nothing new, but like Dead Island 2 is going to come out to the next consoles, the next gen consoles.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the thing was, I actually forgot Dead Island 2 is an actual game that's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that shit too, actually.
Well,
I was
thought it
like, wait,
already
that
out
game's
and
still
dead.
happening?
The
When?
first one came out so fucking long ago. I mean, Jesus.
And then
man.
they had all that DLC shit and Riptide, and like, we're gonna do a second Dead Island game that's just straight goofy. Because Dying Light showed them up, and then they're like, okay,
Right.
we're gonna do something goofy. And then with Dead Island 2, but it's like, yo guys, when's this game supposed to come out? I don't know. Basically what that shit was, like, because if it wasn't for that article that's posted right there, actually just straight up forgotten Dead Island 2 even existed as a game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Ubisoft is like, oh, we're gonna have this game that it's gonna never come out. It's gonna be like our version of Half-Life. Actually, you can't even see that because Half-Life Alex's thing now. So
Yeah, but that's not. I mean,
still something at least.
it's something, but
Yeah.
it's not exactly Half-Life.
Whatever we want.
It's not what people wanted.
Yeah, but people love the shit out of it though. So
No, it's not that it's not a good game, because it obviously is. People really like it, and as from what I've seen and heard, it is definitely like one of the better
VR shooters.
VR.
you'd say.
Yeah, VR. Well, I mean, you know, yeah, VR games in general. But yeah, it's definitely not what people wanted for Half-Life 3.
That ain't happening. Just enjoy Alex, guys. That ain't happening.
Yeah, Valve doesn't like threes, so you know what are you gonna do, right?
I mean, that was some crazy shit.
Yeah. So Animal Crossing is basically banned in China.
Really?
Yeah, so technically it still works, because you can still get physical copies through all it. So they've been selling physical copies through different online retailers, kind of like eBay and stuff. So China asked a bunch of those retailers to stop selling the physical copies, and they did. But you can still, just like contact the sellers directly and get them to sell it to you under the table. And it's off the digital distribution platforms. And there was something else too.
They mainly banned it.
But yeah,
because of Hong
basically,
Kong.
they basically banned it, and the reason they banned it was because people were using the game to, like, they were putting up free Hong Kong signs in in
Name their islands free Hong
in
Kong.
their little in their stuff and shit like that. Which, man,
They found a way of protesting even on quarantine. They protest.
right? Yeah, it's crazy, man. So, if you want to support
Hong
Hong Kong, Animal Crossing's what's up.
It's the next revolution.
Gamers rise up, man. I mean, there's all sorts of this shit going on. There's a thing in Minecraft too. Apparently, there's a giant Minecraft library where people have created a shitload of copies of, like, anti-CCP articles and pro-freedom books and, papers and stuff like that. And
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, in a giant library where you can read all this stuff. And since Minecraft itself isn't banned, anybody who has access to plus, like, it'd be super hard because you can always VPN that shit and
VPN it and get it.
VPN it and download it that way. So anybody who has access to Minecraft has access to all of these different, books, articles, papers, and shit like that. So
Yo,
man, gamers rise up.
Yo, when will fucking China get that? Like, you cannot take away the freedoms of your people and expect them to, like, lay down. Like, are they that fucking stupid? Are they that fucking retarded, dude? Like,
I was thinking Minecraft's the
retarded.
next. I'm thinking Minecraft's the next revolution, yo. We're gonna be protesting in Minecraft next.
they've been doing it, bro. They've got private servers already set up. You can
Private
go into
servers, free
Minecraft.
Hong servers.
Yeah, dude. They've got it in Roblox. They got Roblox shit going on, bro.
Roblox free Hong Kong.
What was the other one too? There was something. Oh, GTA.
GTA's doing it now.
No, there was like one of the first ones that people started putting up their pro Hong Kong stuff. I think it was GTA. Oh, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it was GTA 5. It was GTA 5 online.
Yeah, GTA 5 online. And I can't remember exactly what they were doing. But yeah. So this is not the first time that people have done shit like this.
I mean, it's not the first time, and definitely will be the last.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely not gonna be the last time.
Gamers rise up.
But good for them, though. Good for them. I mean, as long as they keep fighting. I mean, the fucking, like, I know a lot of people are, like, saying I'm crazy for this, but I still think fucking this was a direct reaction to the protest, the virus. Like, I really do. One way or another, I think it.
The timing is
dude.
certainly suspicious, man.
Like, and I've been told that I was a crack job for saying it, and I'm like, I mean, go ahead, it's all right. Call me crazy, it's fine. But, like, the timing, dude, like, it's right there. Writing is on the fucking wall, man. Like,
you're not wrong. I mean, I think most of it was about I think it was an economic attack by China, especially considering that none of the big areas in China got affected, and people from Wuhan were not allowed to travel to different parts of China, but they were allowed to travel outside of the country, which China does not allow easily or often. Like, they are very strict with giving their citizens travel
Passport?
permit. Yeah, well, not even just
Travel
passports,
permits.
but permits
Yeah.
to travel outside of the country. They are very strict about that. And somehow people from Wuhan weren't allowed to travel
Did you?
to Shanghai or Beijing, but they were allowed to
Well,
travel outside of the country.
their exchange student program was very, very stringent on like the requirements into doing that. Like they had
Yeah.
to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop, and then they had to pay a shit ton of money, like fuck you money, pretty much. Like the kind of fuck you money that could probably buy 3 of my houses right now. Like it's that much money to do that. So I mean, unless you were wealthy over there and you got money, like you're not going anywhere. Once you're over there, you're stuck.
Pretty much. And you got to get permission from the government, which they don't like doing.
Yep.
So
And that process alone could take years. Like it's almost as bad as our immigration stuff over here with Mexico is. Like it takes years for them to get approved, and if you get it denied, you have to resubmit. Pay
well,
the
that's just
fine
to
for
leave.
it.
That's at least for our thing. It's to become a citizen.
Yeah, no, but for
You know,
them
it takes
it's just
years,
to
but
leave
that's
the fucking
just to
country.
leave. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much to get a visa to enter the U.S. for like a tourist visa or, you know, a work visa or something like that. That's easy. But for them,
That was
yeah,
cra-
it takes as much to
Dude.
become a citizen as it just take a trip outside of the country for them.
And there's a dude that I watch. His name is Cervantes. He's an expat for China, and he's lived over there for like 10 years, and it's gotten so bad over there that he wants to move back to California.
Huh.
He is a South African who moved to Britain. Then he became a teacher. Then he wanted to be a teacher in China. And then from China, like I guess they fucked him over or something. Then he became their network manager or some shit. And then that's how he was making his money. He did his videos documenting his life in China, which is really cool shit.
Right.
And when you see it over there, dude, China is actually a really beautiful fucking country, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it
the
is.
Forbidden City? Fucking amazing.
It is beast as fuck. Like there are lots of Americans that live over there because of that very reason. They love the way it looks. They
My
love
cousin.
all
my
the
cousin,
different shit that's going on over there.
My cousin was living over there as a school teacher, and she actually came back like 2 weeks before this whole shit broke out with Wuhan.
Talk about timing, huh?
Right? And she was considering going back. Excuse me, she came back a couple months before the shit came back, and a couple of weeks before the shit broke out, she was considering going back there to do the next semester, and she decided not to. And then this shit happened, and it was just like, oh my god, because she wouldn't have been able to come back if she had gone.
Yeah. And the crazy shit is like Cervantes is saying China, it may be a communist country, but like in a lot of aspects, it's a freer country than our country was. Like over there, they let a lot of shit go, like a lot of shit. Like if you're you're a motorcyclist, dude, you could cut lanes over there. You could do anything you want in the road,
Oh,
dude,
dude,
and
yeah,
they
it's
won't
crazy.
say shit.
Yeah.
Like you can go and do whatever you want within reason. Like it's a pretty lax country, honestly. But when you get the politics side of it, like all you hear about is how like you hear the stories, right? It's like America. It's America syndrome. Like America's a great country until you hear about the bad shit that goes on over here, right?
Sure.
Same thing. Over there, one of their officers beat the shit out of some older Chinese guy in a stairwell and caught him on camera. The citizens said fuck that shit and killed that guy. He said fuck you because he like this guy went after him, like just randomly went after him. It was some older guy. He was just on the stairwell, had a hard time walking. Security guards